Continuing, his body was like beryl, his face like the appearance of lightning. So his body was like a precious stone, which confirms that he's the Mashiach, the stone, which is precious, the cornerstone. His face like the appearance of lightning. His face like the appearance of lightning. We see in other parts that his face appears like fire. Lightning and fire are very close. Lightning can start fires, are pretty much seen also as fire of the heavens, could be seen as. Reason why that's one of the ways in which the two witnesses could die. His face like the appearance of lightning. Pretty much it could be said as there was so much light, so much splendor from coming from his face that his actual face couldn't be seen that well, because of so much light, as when he transfigured before his disciples, three disciples. Also because the voice of Yahweh is the second manifestation, just like Yahushua is the first, and Yahushua is the word. The last is the voice, and the voice is like thunder. And when thunder is heard, lightning is seen. So the last is like the son of righteousness, the son of justice, son of righteousness of Malachi 4:2, which is pretty much the face through whom the light goes to the world. And the light is Yahushua HaMashiach, the word. The last is the voice, like the face. So since it sounds like thunder, it looks like lightning. Hope that's clear. So his eyes like torches of fire. We know that the eyes are the lamps of the body. That's why like fire. But also the eyes are the windows to the soul. The soul goes, sees through the eyes of the body. So the soul that is within the body sees this reality through the eyes of the body as the tools that is used to experience this reality. Well, the five senses, in this case the eyes. So that is important because if they are windows to the soul, one can see the soul through the eyes. And therefore the fact that his eyes like torches of fire means that his soul is the consuming fire, Yahweh himself. So once again it represents the end, second coming. His arms and feet like burnished bronze in color. So look how even though it says beryl, which has to do with a precious stone, and there are different types of beryl stones, different colors, so one could not deduce a color from this explanation because there are different beryl stones, different colors. So is the fact that it is a precious stone, like I mentioned regarding Mashiach as the cornerstone. The appearance of lightning because of how much light it came from his face. Eyes like torches of fire because it is the consuming fire, which is his soul, Yahweh himself. His arms and feet like burnished bronze in color. So here we see the color. Burnished bronze, pretty much very dark. So bronze is already a bit dark, but not only bronze but burnished bronze, so it's darker. Verses like this is what many people take to say that Mashiach first coming was black, and like I have said, there are many reasons why. Yeah, most likely his flesh was dark, very dark, mainly because of the region where he appeared, because of the nation to which he belongs, and because of the hair that is mentioned, because that it is mentioned regarding Mashiach, his hair like wool, and that type of hair normally comes with a type of flesh of a certain color. So because of those things, we can deduce that yeah, Mashiach had dark skin. How dark, we don't know, and it really doesn't matter. Neither, but yeah, all of what all of that. But the point is that truth is the truth. So we should seek it and treasure it. There's even a book, like I have said, that the whole theme of the book is that one of the main reasons why Mashiach was sacrificed is because he was black. So they couldn't accept a Mashiach with dark skin, even though in Israel many people had dark skin, which is pretty much like in Latin countries, which because of the influence of other nations, racism and other things, it is amazing that in Latin or Hispanic countries there are all types of colors when it comes to the skin, yet there's even racism within those countries, which makes no sense. There's even racism within black people, and that is amazing and sad, and it has to do with the psychological warfare that the enemy has been doing all of our lives and way back. So there are many reasons, but yeah, so my point is that this verse cannot really be used for that, because Daniel is seeing a revelation of pretty much first and last as one, just like Yahuhanan, John, saw in Revelation. He's seen somebody with an image a little bit different than what he appeared 2,000 years ago. So when Mashiach appeared, he had a likeness that then was transfigured to show that he himself would receive a new form for the eternal, and that is the one that John saw pretty much. So that's what I want to make clear, just like here in Daniel. But still, we can grab other verses to say that, yeah, most likely it all points to Mashiach having dark skin, all of it. So, and also there are other reasons, but that would need a lot of other verses and things to say why. But I don't know how to put it. The fact that Yahushua says that the last comes as a Roman, thief in the night. So there are certain aspects when it comes to the image, the looks of the first and last, that are completely opposite. As in, one way of saying it is like, you rejected this, so now Yahweh gives what they said they wanted, yet they will reject it still, because they actually reject Yahweh. What I mean by that is that Yahweh came in dark flesh, yet they made Jesus white, European, blue-eyed, and all of that. Those who know would realize that Jesus is not the Messiah. But in the world, they see that as Messiah, as the example of men. So when Yahushua said that he would come as a thief in the night, when we see in scripture that he comes as a Roman, and the Romans make the image of a Roman as Messiah, then that is important, because it's like Yahweh giving them what they claim they want, yet still they don't accept it. And I'm talking in this way because I don't want to be way too clear, because I don't like to talk that much about things having to do with the color of the skin, because I find it very dumb that one has to do that. I find it sad that that is an issue, but sadly it is. So if we must talk about it, like I said, yeah, Mashiach had dark skin, no doubt. He had dark skin, and we see it in verses like this. Even though, if we are going to be specific, when it comes to Mashiach the first, I will use other verses. These verses have to do with a higher revelation, higher than this body, higher than this skin, and the skin that Yahushua wore while he was on earth that time. I hope that's clear. And that could be even more important, because the flesh that the first and last will have for eternity is more important than the one they would have in this reality. And as we see here, the flesh looks dark. His arms and feet like burnished bronze in color, and the sound of his words like the voice of a multitude. This is amazing. like the voice of a multitude, because it's the voice of Yahweh. Elohim. Elohim is plural. Adonai is plural, because in him there is all power. Shaddai is plural, because he's omnipotent. So he has titles, which some people call names, that are plural in definition, but that is because all power is in him. All multiplicity came from him who is one, who created all. So the voice of a multitude, like when we read also in the commandments, for instance, when he would tell the commandments, Yahweh, like for instance, there's one commandment that appears in two different ways in Exodus and Deuteronomy regarding the honor that we must give our parents. Yahweh said both versions in the same moment, in the one would say in the same breath, yet he doesn't need to breathe in order to speak like we do. So there are many things regarding the power of Yahweh which manifested through a malach in the Mount Sinai when the Torah was given. And that's why also the voice is like the multitude, because first of all, it's first and last, through whom everything was created and everyone. So just like when Yahweh appeared to Moshe, he spoke with the voice of Aram. When he appeared to the whole people, he spoke with a different voice, that of the Malach. My point is that Yahweh can use the voice that he wants, because he created all sounds, he created all frequencies, he created all peoples. So if he wants, he can use the voice of somebody who died and went to him, because if somebody died without accepting him, that person is pretty much as he didn't exist. So that voice most likely he wouldn't use, even though obviously he could if he wanted to. I hope that is understood. That's why the voice of a multitude, because he can speak like the father of Moshe in Exodus. He can speak like thunder when given the Torah, and other ways.